The Northeast Regional. From Washington, D.C. all the way to Boston, this train covers some of the most iconic cities along the East Coast. Today, we'll be riding aboard Amtrak's busiest route to see what it's all about. We will look at the difference between coach and business class, see what the food is like, and of course go over everything that you need to know. So climb aboard, and let's get started. Our adventure is beginning in Philadelphia today. We will be riding down to Washington, D.C. Although this trip is a short one, there is still plenty to show you and go over. Once our train was called and a platform assigned, you could see the crowd heading towards the gate to the platform.
That's a lot of people. Let's see just how long we have to wait to get on the platform for our train. It's already running a few minutes late, which is okay, it happens, so let's see how boarding goes.
Despite the long line, we get down to the platform before the train arrives. Once it stops, we climb on and we board in coach. Seats in cars are not assigned, so it can be a little tricky and even hectic trying to find a place to sit, but luckily we're able to snag one on the car that we boarded.
And now that we're on the train, we are moving. We didn't even get seated before we started pulling away from the platform. This is an absolutely full train, and the fact that we found a window seat, honestly, is staggering, but I'm sure not complaining, and I know you're going to enjoy it too.
It's a bit of a gloomy, cloudy day outside, but it should still be a fun ride despite the full train. As we race south, let's see what a coach seat on this train gets you.
The seats on the Northeast Regional, on the Amfleet ones, are definitely pretty comfortable, fairly recently reupholstered, and the colors look great. They do recline, but there's a lot less space than on the Amfleet 2s, which are meant for more long distance travel, and kind of like we saw on the Pennsylvanian from the previous episode.
These seats are definitely more commuter based, but they still have plenty of room and are very comfortable. You do also get a tray table for any snacks you get in the cafe car or for getting some work done. If you don't want to leave your bag by your feet, there is also ample overhead storage with plenty of space for any items you may have. And as always, Amtrak will provide you with an outlet next to your seat, one per passenger. These trains also offer Wi-Fi for the duration of the trip, and while it might not be perfect and can be spotty in some areas, when it's strong, it's actually really good. And it's completely free. While this train is different and has much less space than the long distance trains we've ridden in the past, there is still plenty of room and it is very comfortable. It's also typically a faster option between these major cities compared to flying. Downtown to downtown, you just can't beat the train. Zooming through these towns, we approach our top speed. The Northeast Regional is able to reach some pretty impressive speeds on some of the straighter sections of the route.
125 miles an hour sure is quick, but it's not the fastest in North America, nor even on Amtrak. That honor goes to the Amtrak Acela, which we did a video on the Generation 1 Acelas not too long ago, giving them a final send-off. If you want to watch that video, go ahead and click the link right up there. It's right there. But 125 is as fast as the Northeast Regionals will get, because that's all that the locomotives can do, and of course, it's only in a few areas. Even in the areas where the speed is authorized up to 150 on the Acela, the Regionals can only do 125. But still, for a train in America, that's pretty quick.
Pretty quick indeed. Most of the other trains we've ridden can't even reach 80. They're limited to 79 in most areas. Of course, there are always exceptions to this rule. Speaking of exceptions, while the majority of the Northeast Regional trains travel between Washington, D.C. and Boston, there's a few that branch out. One to Springfield, Massachusetts, one to Norfolk, Virginia, one to Newport News, Virginia, and one all the way down to Roanoke, Virginia as well. The Northeast Corridor is quite impressive. Speaking of impressive, let's hop down to the cafe car and see what they have on offer today. Truly, one of my favorite things about the train is you can just get up whenever you want and walk around. The cafe car will close occasionally, but not for long. Being able to get out of your seat is something you just can't do on a bus or a plane, unless it's just to go to the bathroom. Here, that is not the case. Taking a look at today's menu, it's actually pretty reasonably priced, given the captive audience. Of course, all the food is microwaved, but it's still nice that there's something. I opted for the mac and cheese today and took it back to my seat to eat. It was actually really good, solid 6 out of 10. Finishing up our snack, we crossed the Susquehanna River. There's just something about going over the water on a train, it never gets old to me. Of course, we still have a few more things to look at on this train, so that means...
And it's time for a bathroom review. And, again, it's clean, it's tidy, the door closes, the floors are pretty clean, and it gives you plenty of space to do what you need to do. Of course, always be considerate of others and clean up after yourself. You do even get an outlet and plenty of soap. The one thing that I will say is sometimes it does get a little bumpy in here, especially when you're scooting down the track at 120 miles an hour, so make sure to hold on to something. You might need it. Welcome to the accessible bathroom on the bathroom tour. So this, as you can see, is quite a bit larger than the other bathroom.
Bathrooms on Amtrak are usually pretty clean, but always very spacious, especially when compared to other forms of transit.
Business class on the Northeast Regional, however, is much more spacious. You can see the seats are a little bit bigger, they are a little bit more comfortable, and they do recline a lot farther. You can see you do have the slightly newer upholstery, but the huge thing is the legroom. You get far more than you do in coach class.
Your seat will have a footrest now as well. You do also get unlimited soft drinks included in your upgraded ticket price. Now the fun part about business class, you'll either be in the first car on the train or the last. And you usually don't know which one it is until your train's coming up. My previous train had business class in the last car all the way at the back of the train. I was expecting that to be the case here until I saw it all the way in the front and had to race all the way up to the front just to make sure I got on the train on time. Once you're there though, the comfortable seats and amazing views make it all worth it. Washington, D.C. comes into view, so what do I really think about the Northeast Regional?
And just like that, we are arriving at Washington Union Station. The Northeast Corridor is extraordinarily fast, and because of that, the trips are really quick. So we didn't get a whole lot of time on this train, but at least we did get to explore business class as well as coach class.
I think both are really great options. Of course, with the extra cost of business class, you'll have to decide if the extra legroom is worth it. Personally, I'll probably stick with coach. Trains are such a fun way to explore the country, and the Northeast Corridor really makes it easy. If you're in the Northeast, that is. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's what we have. I love the stations the most and still can't get over just how beautiful Washington Union is. It truly is one of my absolute favorites. The Northeast Regional on Amtrak is not only an essential service that connects many cities together on the East Coast, but a convenient way to travel between these cities for visitors and commuters alike. With 12 million riders in 2025, the numbers are there to back it up as well. I really hope that you enjoyed this look into the Northeast Regional, and if you enjoyed this, why not like or even subscribe? There is plenty more coming. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Oh, you're still here? Well, why not check this video out then?